Oh, Chicago, mighty, mighty Chicago, how the mighty have fallen. Well, you always say that Detroit sucks. Wait, Detroit does suck, you're right, but you suck too. Hmm, we're in good company, I guess, after all, huh? Now, before a bunch of Chicago fans turn this off, I want to say that I will get to more on this story later. Okay, I'm not just going to rag on Chicago nonstop because that's just kind of pointless. And plus, Chicago has been very successful in the past 10 years. Before I get to any of that, though, I want to say that I got my first sponsor, official sponsor that is, and it's from thesportdisplays.com, and they sell these really cool jersey mounts. I can show you really quick. Yeah, there we go. That's my Russian Datsuk jersey. It's pretty cool, and it's hanging by a mount, no screws or nails needed. You can use a couple if you want to, but it's not needed. I don't have them in my wall right now. And you can hang your jerseys, you can hang medals, you can hang banners, you can hang anything from them. So I will show you this. It's thesportdisplays.com, and if you actually go online to their online store and buy anything you want, you can use promo code KLovesHockey, L-U-V-S for loves. Use that at checkout and you get $4 off plus free shipping. So thank you to the Sport Displays for taking a chance on me. I hope I do a good job, and I really, really hope people check them out because I did, and they are awesome. So now to get to the show. Chicago, I didn't mean to really pick on you. I mean, I kind of did, but it's the first time since 1969 that Detroit and Chicago did not make the postseason together. That is pretty freaking crazy. I mean, that's a long time in this league. It's also the first time since 1932 that Detroit and Montreal did not make the postseason together. I mean, that's the entire NHL's history ever since the Stanley Cup was introduced, right? I'm pretty sure I heard that earlier on TV, so unless they were lying to me, then that's the truth. I just think it's pretty crazy how the mighty have truly fallen in this league, and you can even make a case for Oilers fans listening, if there are any Oilers fans listening to me out there right now, make a case for them because, last year they were so damn good, and they have great talent. Like, obviously, they have the King of the North, Connor McDavid. They have Draisaitl. Talbot's pretty good in net, Milan Lucic, and I don't know. They just didn't make the playoffs. McDavid, he's been outstanding on that team this year. I mean, you can't take anything away from that kid. But as far as the rest of them go, I mean, they're just pretty much in the same boat as Chicago and Detroit. You might have one or two good players, but at the end of the day, one or two good players are not going to win you any Stanley Cups. They're not even going to get you to the postseason. So when you don't make the postseason, that's the end. I mean, that's the end of your team success for that year. It breaks your heart, but if you're anything like me, I am a hockey fan first, and I'm a Red Wings fan second, meaning I actually enjoy watching the playoffs despite the Red Wings not being in them. I know a lot of people don't actually feel the same way. They try and call you a bandwagon fan and yada yada, all that. Really, come on, how are you a bandwagon fan if you enjoy playoff hockey? Because guess what? There is nothing better than playoff hockey. I'm sorry, but there's really, really honestly not. And if you want to sit there and try and say that myself or anyone else out there whose team has already been eliminated from even entering the postseason is a bandwagon fan because I'm going to choose two teams, one from the East, one from the West, that I prefer to see win the Stanley Cup, I don't really care what you think. I mean, I'm sorry, but if you do honestly feel that way, in my opinion, you're not a true hockey fan. Now, that might stir up some controversy or get someone mad out there, but I am so sick of hearing the word bandwagon or reading the word bandwagon. It is so annoying as a hockey fan, okay? I don't know what is wrong with anyone. I mean, in my opinion, you're the most boring hockey fan in the world if once your team is out of the playoffs or if they don't make the playoffs, you turn the TV off for good and don't even care about who wins. Stanley Cup is the hardest trophy to win. You should respect whoever wins it. As much as I don't like really Pittsburgh, I mean, it's not that I really don't like Pittsburgh. It's just Well, yeah, I don't really like Pittsburgh all that much, I guess. Guess what? They won. They won in 2016, and then, of course, they had to win in 2017. Ultimately, repeating as back-to-back Cup champions, one thing that the Red Wings held on to for so long, and that they had to, shatter into pieces. That was great. I respected it though. When they raised the Stanley Cup, that is a true winner. I respected them. I respected their team. I respected their players. They earned it. Good for them. And, good for their fans. That's all I gotta say. I mean, at the end of the day, we're all hockey fans here. So everyone's sitting there saying, oh, bandwagon this, bandwagon that. I mean, there's nothing more exciting than playoff hockey. And if you want to sit there and call people like myself or anyone else bandwagon fans because we're still watching the playoffs and you are just miserable and sitting there watching God knows what on your TV, SpongeBob SquarePants for all I freaking know, then sucks to be you. Now, I want to also address the second topic, which is going to be a little bit shorter. I don't want to make these videos too long. Me and my producer slash editor, Jake Baskin, you can follow him at Baskin Case, Baskin Case, CASE on Twitter. We were having a discussion the other day about great players that have never won the Stanley Cup before. The list goes on and on and on. I mean, we can go all the way back to Eric Lindros, for God's sakes. But let's go a little bit more recently. I would name Ovechkin definitely, hands down, easily number one. He's never won a cup. And he deserves one, in my opinion. There might be people out there that say players don't deserve a cup unless they win a cup. Well, I kind of think that's wrong because, it's not really Ovechkin's fault that his whole entire team shits the bed every postseason. It's not. He can't do it all. He can't score, defend, and play goalie. That's just how it works. Newsflash. And also, Henrik Lundqvist for the Rangers. The Rangers are also not making postseason this year, which means 4 out of the original 6 teams are not entering playoff hockey season, which is mind-boggling. But honestly, it is good for the sport of hockey in general to see all these different new teams making the playoffs, such as Vegas. They just clinched a playoff berth tonight with their win. I am actually very excited for them, not only because, James Neal is like one of my favorite players of all time, but also, they're an expansion team, and they just made the playoffs. I mean, they already, they broke a record for getting 100 points. I mean, who the hell saw that coming? Nobody. And if you say you did, you're totally lying. Anyway, these players on Vegas are all going to the postseason, and then you got poor Henrik Lundqvist sitting there on the Rangers, and he's not going to the playoffs this year. And I truly believe, I've said this even to my mom the other day, she's obviously also a diehard hockey fan, Red Wings fan, and I said to her, I really think Ovechkin and Lundqvist are like the modern day Luc Robitaille and Dominik Hasek. Only they're not going to come to the Detroit Red Wings because, well, we suck, and I wouldn't blame them right now. I honestly do see players like themselves going to a different team to win that Stanley Cup. I don't know what team it'll be. I don't know when. I know both of their contracts are very, very long. But maybe it'll be when their contracts are up, or maybe somehow they can work their contracts into a different team and the team will take a chance on them. Who knows? It's a very unpredictable league, as we all know. I mean, like I said, Vegas just made the playoffs. Also, another surprising thing, it's not so surprising. Winnipeg Jets have been pretty stacked for a couple of years now. But the Jets, they've surprised me definitely for getting this far. They have so many points as well, and they kind of snuck up on you. So, I don't know. It's pretty cool, though, to see a team like the Jets and their fans. I love seeing their fans being so excited for postseason hockey. Also, the Minnesota Wild, another team, you got to give them credit. You got to give all these teams credit that are making the playoffs. And the race for the final wild card spots, oh man, that is exciting to watch. Very exciting. If you don't get excited over that and you're a hockey fan, and yet you want to sit there and call all of us bandwagon fans, I'm sorry, but you completely lost your mind. There's nothing more exciting than playoff hockey. But this is a close second. Just seeing all these teams in the West and East, You know, you got Florida on New Jersey's tail right now in the east, and then in the west you got LA Kings and Colorado also right there. It's exciting to watch as a fan. I can't say anything more. It's exciting, it's exciting, it's exciting. That's the only word I kept saying, so I'm sorry, I'm not going to bore you anymore. I just wanted to touch up on the playoffs really quick. Detroit, Chicago, Montreal, New York, you know, out with the old, in with the new, I guess, right? Time for some new blood to get in there and mix things up and maybe dethrone the Pittsburgh Penguins. I don't think anyone except for Penguin fans want to see Pittsburgh three-peat. I mean, that hasn't even been done since the New York Islanders' glorious days in the early 1980s. Well, they four-peated, but regardless. Is that even a word? I don't know. Anyway, I just want to say thank you to everyone who watched. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to me. It's down there somewhere again, like I said in the last video, if you haven't already. I really enjoy doing these shows. Again, I know I'm not perfect. I know I'm not even really all that great, but for the most part, you know, I'm trying my best, so bear with me. Give me a follow at K Loves Red Wings, LUVS for the loves part in that. Give my editor / producer Jake Baskin a follow at Baskin Case, and also please follow at Sports Displays because they are really awesome and took a chance on your girl. So I really think you should check out their website, buy something, and use that promo code K Loves Hockey, KAYLUVS Hockey. You get $4 off. Can't beat it. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter at KLovesRedWings. And I am out of here for the night. Thank you.